All right. We're live. I love it. Waking up in the dream. Gonna wait a second till a couple people pop on. Give you guys a little bit of vibe. We're going to talk about stopping Mr. Smith today. Super key. It's going to be a short one. But if anybody has any questions, you can always drop them into the comments. Awesome. So I wanted to jump on and share something because a lot of the comments that are coming in, hey, Lupita, great to see you. Let me get my train of thought here. Okay. So anybody that's read the book or listens to the lives or has worked one-on-one with me or gone through the course or the digital course knows that a big part of creating our reality is number one, healing any wounds, lack of forgiveness, any of that low vibrational stuff that we're holding, because they're magnets and they keep attracting that into our reality, our life and our relationships. So huge part of manifesting our reality is consciously creating our day every morning, because the average person is running 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day on repeat subconsciously. And the statistics show with the programming that's out there from the 3D matrix, let's just call it, of school system, media, heavy programming, religion, which I was hugely engulfed in growing up, and also science. You know, the psyops of that. And most of the things that we were taught were not true. And so that's the initial shock, waking up to that, okay? Cool. Then after we begin to see that, then we stop being triggered, we stop judging, because again, every thought, every word, and every reaction has an emotional, let's just call it a magnetizer to it. And that is what is bringing in our timelines. Think of every one of those stars behind me, like the big star, that's you. That's your radiant I amness. And you're creating everything. So all those timelines up there, think of those as anything that you can imagine. They're already there. They're not in the future. So super key to create our day each morning. And then if you really want to ramp it up, set 10 or 15 alarms on your phone to go off every hour. And every time they go off, check back in and go, psst, where's your frequency right now? What are you magnetizing into your reality with your thoughts, your words, and the vibrations that you're holding within? And this is so key. It's truly life-changing. So today's topic is about stopping Mr. Smith. Because as I'm laying in bed every morning and creating my reality, I'm tuning in to what I have already pulled in to my vibrating quantum field. Not what I'm going to pull in, because that's in the future. The subconscious only takes direct commands. That deserves a Tibetan bell. Super, super key to get this, because the book, The Secret, and a lot of things I paid for, over the last 25 years, did not teach how to go in and dismantle the wounds, the beliefs, the lack of forgiveness, all these things that are keeping us in repeating 3D timelines. And so it's really, 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 really essential, if we're going to step out of the repeating 3D timelines. And I'm going to stop for 1 second and say, hey, Roberto, great to see you. Hey, Carla, great to see you. And I want to thank you for asking your question, because this is really key. And this lets me open things up so more people can benefit. So check this out. Carla says, I was triggered tonight, and I want to know, how do I let go of 3D triggers that take us back to childhood traumas? What a great question. And thank you for asking this, because you may or may not know, and I found this out. Oh, Lupita came on at 9:33 a.m. I love that. There's constant synchronistic things that keep showing up in our vibrating hologram that we call our life, when we start to have fun and get excited and start to play with them. And they just keep showing up, and you can test it out for yourself. That's why I get excited every single morning. And I encourage everybody to do that. Everybody that I journey with, everybody, it's in the book. It's key. You're either consciously creating your reality, or it's being created by old thoughts, old memories, and old frequencies that we're still holding within that we haven't cleared. So this brings up Carla's beautiful question. Okay. How do I let go of 3D triggers? Okay. So this is really, really key. And the best way I can explain it is forgiveness. Forgiving every single person or event that happened to us when we were small and were not able to defend ourselves. And there's two pieces to this that I want to touch on, because number one, we chose whether we realize it or not. Yeah, Henry says when they are ready. Yeah, when you're ready. But, I want to let you know that it's safe, because you're not there now. And the longer that you put this off, or you allow Mr. Smith to tell you that it's not time yet, you're keeping yourself from having your freedom and what you came here for, to really shine your light, to be happy, to be that curious little child that feels safe to create anything that they want to create. And you can create anything that you want to create, because your imagination is what's creating our reality and then our beliefs. So it's really about going in and dismantling our belief system. And this is a step-by-step guide that walks you through it. And pretty much all my Facebook Lives, all my videos on my YouTube channel, which are free, and the Q&A sessions, open sessions that I do twice a week, and I'll be doing another one tomorrow on Wednesday. It's my Wednesday here because I'm in the future. I'm in Thailand. But most of the people that connect with me are in the US, so it's currently Tuesday night, 9:42 on the East Coast, and 6:42, I believe, on the West Coast. So let's get back to Carla's question. So it's essential that we forgive every single person that created any trauma or wound for us. Because whether you want to admit it or you're ready to admit it or not, I just ask you to be open to the possibility that everything that we experience was already agreed to in our soul contract. But we don't remember that, or that would take away from what we're experiencing. Now, in the case of like myself, the trauma that happened to me when I was a child was so intense that I shut down. I couldn't process it. And this is what happens in some cases if we're horribly abused, assaulted, somebody gets killed in our family, or we get sexually abused or raped. And I journey with a lot of people to help them clear this stuff. And believe it or not, when you're ready to clear it, it happens very quickly. Now, I'm not saying that we forgive somebody because we're saying that what they did is okay. No, but we've got to clear it, because if we don't forgive them and go, well, am I open that this was part of my soul's contract? 944. I love it. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, so stay with me, and I'll do my best to stay with me. But I love these synchronicities because we're creating them. So if we're open to the fact that everything that happens to us was part of our soul contract, then that opens up a whole nother universe of infinite possibilities, assistance, support, and clearing to enter in. Okay? So the way that I figured it out for Jeff is because at first, Larry, my ego was like, I would have never chosen this stuff to happen. I had a horrible childhood. I really did. My mom, my sisters, and my friends were very good to me. But I was wounded throughout my whole childhood and through my teens because I didn't know how to clear the trauma that happened to me when I was younger. So what I finally came to realize after studying with Don Miguel Ruiz and going down the rabbit hole and really testing it out, the only thing that cleared my pain was forgiveness. And the way that I figured it out was, okay, how could somebody do that to other people? How could somebody rape people or harm them or kill them or be a pedophile or murder and sacrifice children and drink their blood? I don't know, but they must either be truly wounded, or they may have made an agreement to sell their soul to the devil in exchange for unlimited wealth and stuff. We see this happening in Hollywood. We see this happening. Most people in high positions of government have had to agree to something or they wouldn't have got there. Now we're seeing this exposed, so it's a really, really incredible time right now. And there's an amazing person in the United States, of all places, where I'm not at currently, but I'm from the US. And he's exposing a lot of this. And the media has so many people hating him like we've never seen before. So you can see how the media and these external 3D things are getting people to project their wounds onto somebody else as the reason why they can't be happy. And it's ramping up to the point where it's so ridiculous now that, I mean, you've got to be choosing to be asleep, not to see that wearing a mask in your car, that only being around 3 people for Christmas or Thanksgiving, or people playing a flute with a mask on, but the air is going through the flute unfiltered. Hello? I mean, it's so ridiculous now that, and it's going to kind of have to be that way to wake people up, because they're not waking up. So get ready. The next 30 to 60 days are probably going to reveal some of the greatest awakening information. And some people are going to have to be shocked into waking up because they don't want to wake up. And some may choose to leave the planet, and some may choose to stay in the lower vibrational 3D timelines. But let's talk about the topic of this, which is stopping Mr. Smith. Okay? So, Mr. Smith is a symbol for a program that wants to come in and justify or lure us into staying back. It's really a distraction program, staying back in 3D. Okay? I was laying in bed this morning, like I do every morning. I create my day and I get excited. And I think about the people that I'm journeying with throughout the month one-on-one. And I'm thinking about their stories and what their challenges are and everything. And I'm dissecting it all. What are we going to talk about? What message do I send to them next to help them dismantle the program? And so, again, getting back to Carla's question, we must forgive. And I got to the point where I actually say, thank you. Now, this could be a big trigger for somebody that has really, really been wounded, because the protectionary response system that may still be in place from that little child or whatever is going to go, are you out of your mind? I'm not going to thank them. But this is how we can tell if we're at a 0 point now and we've cleared the wound. I'm not saying thank that person for what they did to you. I'm saying thank you for the lesson on my soul's journey. Wow, getting something weird popping up on my screen. Mr. Smith just popped in from Adobe Flash Player, and he's trying to get me. Wow, what a trip. Okay, let me try and come back. Did I just get knocked out? Oh, wow. Mr. Smith tried to come in to this closed meeting and frickin' get me to click on something to install a virus into my computer. Not today. I don't say that with an ego. I just say, you see? Okay? So, this is really key. How do you know if you're still holding 3D wounds, triggers, or whatever you want to call them? You go in and you ask yourself, when you get quiet, is there anyone still left to forgive out of my life? Or you may even remember past lifetimes. I don't. I've been told about a past lifetime. Not necessary to go into that right now, but I don't remember that. But when I think about, is there anybody left to forgive? A couple people from my memory might pop up and go, okay, this person, that person. Nope, I really don't have a charge. And I thank them for showing up on my soul's journey to teach me what I needed to learn. Now your ego, Larry, might go, what do you mean to teach me what I needed to learn? That stuff was uncool. That was, against my sovereignness or whatever. Okay. But again, let's come back to the soul contract and let's be open to the possibility. And I just agree now. If it happened, it was part of my soul contract. End of story. Because otherwise, I'm holding resentment and I'm holding those low vibrational frequencies and I'm holding I'm not going to let it go. That keeps us in 3D, period, end of story. No matter what you justify it, no matter whether you say it was wrong, you are going to stay in 3D. Why? Because in 5D and beyond, there is no judgment, there is no fear, there is no anger, there is no hatred, there is no resentment. It can't exist in the higher frequencies. So, Mr. Smith, when we're going through our day, usually it's from the external. Vaccines are coming and you're going to have to accept it or you're not going to be able to travel and you're not going to be able to go into a store and you're not No, Mr. Smith. And here's why. And this is the whole key. So I'll sum it up right here. When an external or an internal thought or trigger that's negative or low vibrational pops in, we have basically about 1 to 2 seconds to notice the frequency and go, nope, nope, nope. Otherwise, it gains momentum. It's to gain an emotional hold. And the next thing you know, you're worried, you're in fear. You might be thinking about it 5 or 10 minutes later. You might be thinking about it for a day or a week. That person did this to me. I can't believe they did it. And some people hold on to this stuff for 5, 6, 7 decades. I get on calls and do sessions with people and their brother's dying, their twin brother's dying. And finally they go and clear something. And they're like, I don't even remember what we were fighting about. And they wasted all that time because they did not have these tools. This is really, really key. And I'm really, really grateful for your question, Carla. I intend that shed some light on that and helped you. You've got to clear it. You've got to forgive it, because you're holding the frequency of the trauma. And so I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. And for now, until further notice, every Monday and Wednesday, and every Monday and Wednesday in the States. It's my Tuesday and Thursday. And yeah, if you know anybody that could benefit from these talks, I don't have all the answers, but I've learned from some really incredible teachers about how this dream works. And we're dreaming all the time. And it's all about frequency and vibration. And Nancy, God bless you, Nancy Colville. I didn't get to your question because I have to jump on a radio interview thing in 6 minutes. But please come back and bring that. And I'd love to have Nancy on because she's a rock star. She went through my course, and it changed a lot for her. And so I appreciate Nancy coming on and supporting the posts and everything. So the key is, notice Mr. Smith, notice him really quickly and say, nope, not today, not today. And that's really, really key. So I thank everybody for showing up and sharing these things. And again, the book is on sale. The link, let me choose a link here for you. If you know anybody that wants to, you'd love to give somebody a great Christmas gift. And also I have the digital course, which comes with all the PowerPoint trainings. That's on sale right now for $97. It's life-changing, so again, I appreciate everybody that shares these. And I'll be back on to tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of vibrational energy here. And if you want to tune in for a second to your heart and give every cell of your body love for serving you since you've been in the womb, and thank everybody on your journey for being your teacher. Because when you go through an intense wound or event, it's preparing you to be able to help others. And right now, a lot of people are going to need a hand up. And that's why we're here. And everybody watching this that's tuned into this, you're here for that reason. So tune into your heart, and I'm sending you tons of love right now. Really feel in to your body. Are you loving on every one of those trillions of cells? It's loving you right now. It's been loving you since you've been in the womb. Do this every day and watch your health and vibration shift. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Honor. Until tomorrow, be well.